It's warm again. We've got some work to do. We're here with Tom today. We're going to drill some holes for some automatic deer waterers that are also frost-proof, right?
That's right.
The other benefit is we get to use the brand new Hyundai skid steer. I haven't even operated this before, Tom. It's an HT100V. I think my understanding is 75 horsepower. We got to kick the brush cutter off and go get an auger. You ready to get this started?
Yep.
Let's do it. All right, we got a bucket. We got an auger. We got a rock. Tom has the automatic waterers here and ready. We got all of our supplies, all the equipment we need. Now we just got to get the hose drilled. Let's get this sucker unloaded. Let's go take a look at what we're going to perform today. Other than just you hearing, we're drilling holes. Hi, buddy. I'm sure you guys remember that Tom has a deer farm. This is Rocky. They've cut his antlers off because this time of year, we don't want him fighting. Hi, buddy. And then that Stumpy over there, he got his antlers cut off too. You gonna come over here and say hi, Stumpy? Rocky's saying hi. Yeah, that's a good boy. You're licking some of that dirt off of me, aren't you? He likes to be petted. Come on, Stumpy. Come tell everybody hi. Slowly but surely, he's not going to make us a priority. I can guarantee you that. Come here, Stumpy. Come on. No go. He's questioning life right now. Come on, bud. Rocky's hanging out. Come on, Stumpy. Yeah, you know normally that means you're gonna get some cookies, don't you? Huh? Come here. Come here. All right, you're not gonna play nice for everybody, apparently. Come on, Stumpy, one more time. I'll give you one more opportunity. Good boy. Good boy. You doing good today? Huh? Yep, they're good boys. So the goal for today is to install automatic frost-proof waterers. And we're gonna try to double this one up, so drill one hole and it gives waterers on both sides. Hi, how are you today? Hi. So all these girls are bred. I did not video the AI process this year, but they're gonna have some babies next spring. Good girls. So we need to make sure that they have water over the winter time, that we don't have to worry about freezing. And we're gonna put a double there, a single here, and then on the other side of the pole barn, there's two more going in, so 4 total. Now that you guys have been introduced to the deer, we'll go over here. Here are the tubes that we're going to install. So the auger bores roughly a 20-inch hole. So this is the insulation, and this essentially is just to get depth. This goes on top of that, and then this coupler goes around it and gets strapped together with a zip tie to hold the two together. So this, Tom, how tall are you? 5'8", 8?
5'7".
5'7", so that's a 6-foot tall tube, 3 foot uninsulated in the ground, 3 foot insulated. Here, our frost line is 18 inches, but they've probably designed these for applications in Canada, yes, even where frost lines are 4 foot deep. Yep. So realistically, we don't have to go the full 6 feet. We're gonna go as deep as the auger can go, assuming that's not more than 6 feet, but our stop point will be 6 feet if we use them all. That's how they go together, and then all the plumbing goes in here, and we can show you guys the top parts later. But right now, our goal is to get 4 of these in the ground with rock around them, and then this Friday, you're gonna trench up to them and pop holes in the side and run your water lines, right?
Correct.
All right, well, let's go pop some holes in the dirt instead of holes in plastic. All right, so here's the actual waterer. This is a double.
The water, we can adjust the water level into this bowl right here. That's all the water that they see. And this side's undone.
Okay. Got a whole bunch of stuff down in there.
So this whole thing fills up with water.
Okay.
And then these tubes will somehow, with how the water heats and cools, it circulates the water.
Well, circulating water or moving water doesn't freeze
to where
nearly as fast as sitting water. Okay. So it's pulling out and pushing in the whole time.
Pulling out and pulling as thermals happen.
Okay, so it has a temperature sensor in there.
No temperature sensor.
No sensor.
It's just something to do with these copper tubes, how they work.
Engineering at its finest.
Yes.
So realistically, what we're telling you is we don't understand why it works.
But it works.
There's just other people that have used these and they work. Their water never freezes.
It also has a heater for backup.
Okay.
For if it gets down to really, really cold temperature for a really long time.
Sub-zero type stuff.
Yes. So it does have a small heater in here.
As a backup.
As a backup.
Not something that actually runs all the time. You can see the heat strips in behind that foil right there. And obviously this is the wiring for it. And Tom built this frame. So this double water, the fence that keeps the deer in needs to be here. And that's the frame without the water in it. So Tom has built a frame that can set on the ground, and he can drive auger anchors in, or long term, if the deer mess with it, you can pour a pad and then put this on top of the concrete pad and anchor it down with wedge anchors. Yep. But right now, you're hopeful that your deer aren't mean and crazy, and we're just gonna set them on the gravel pit, basically. And then this would be a single.
The reason for the frame is for the fence, because we're going to put a hole in the fence. I'm going to wrap the fence around the frame.
So you can have a hog-tight fence and your deer can't shove through. This would be the only gap that they would ever have to get themselves stuck. Right. Because sometimes they just act a little crazy and they want to go through small holes. So
especially when they're fawns.
Especially when they're fawns. All right, so that gives you guys an explanation of what we're installing. The tubes that you saw us put together there on time lapse go underneath of these. And this would set on that tube, which I can't see underneath of there right now, but that lid, I don't know if it's bolted on. So you guys can see this circle here. That's what the tube goes up to, which is why the insulation is needed on that top side and get you below frost line. All right, let's go bore some holes and get one of these tubes set. So to get that water centered, we got to get this fence pushed back, and you're not centered. Would you prefer it to be centered? Got it? Let's actually, hold on, let's turn that around. Oh, that was my finger!
Yeah, I kind of like that way. That's easy. Oh, I see why you're turning around now.
Now I can use those to...
That pull just pushes it up.
So that needs to be lower. I mean, we're putting some pretty dangerous stuff together here, but hey.
It's just pushing it.
Up. So I need to be further back. Let's turn that.
Well, we're going to have room for you too, right?
Yeah, I'll
Might need to go
move it down
some more.
some. We'll figure this out. We always do. So Tom's going to hold the center point. The goal is to get the hole up on this hump. The deer have caused it. They've ran and ran and ran and wore it out. Got this one shimmed. You guys can see how far we're holding it off the post there. So let's see if we can get this augered and if it's going to... Hook it with your... There you go. All right, we had to regroup and we're trying to catch this up again without getting too close to ourselves. You ready? Baby.
I got better. Still.
But you can get another fence post. I'd need it on your side, so if I put it over here, as long as I don't move the skid steer and only auger. One more maybe.
All right, I like that.
You like it? That's what we said last time too, wasn't it? All right, you gonna try again?
Try again.
Ah, try again. Here we go. Let her rip, tater chip. As long you have it, first hole drilled. Got to do a little clean out in the bottom, drill the tubes in, and go to the next one. We hit a rock, Tom.
Big one.
Big one. But I'm pretty confident we're 3 feet. I know we could go 6 feet, but cross line around here is 18 inches. Oh yeah, look at that. That rock couldn't have been at any better depth. What we got center-wise. Ooh, that is close. I think that's close enough for who it's for. What do you think?
I believe so.
Well, there you go. Hole number 1, success. We will put gravel around it, but instead of doing those hydraulic lines multiple times, I think we're going to pop all the holes, put in the pipes, and then come back with the bucket and dump in the rock. So, on to the next hole. All right, hole number 2. This one is a single, right? So we don't have to worry about centering the fence. Just get somewhat close. Back up a little more.
Can't tilt no more, right?
Correct. That's maxed out.
I'll be tilting back the other way.
Makes it longer. So come all the way back down.
Yeah, I think you should miss this.
Okay. Right there.
Yeah.
Keyword. He said he thinks we should miss that. complete. 2 more to go. All right, so we didn't have quite 6 feet, so we just trimmed off the uninsulated pipe and left basically, what do you think, we're about 1.5 foot off of it? Yeah. About 18 inches. Oh, that's perfect. Push a little dirt around that, get some rock around it. That's gonna be awesome. I think that came out really nice. So we gotta think that ground up there is just a little bit higher. So that's really the level you want it on. Cool. Hole number 3, here we come. We're gonna have to back up and punt on hole number 3. I think we're gonna need a mini for this one, mini excavator. That sticks way too far over. The real solution would be to unstrap the fence, but you have deer in there. So the babies really like to be wherever you are. So if you take this fence down, it's really risky that they could get out.
Yeah.
And the reason we got to do that is how far over that hangs, because this ground is sloped. So if I tried to come in square, I don't think, I mean, we might, it might hinge over, but see, it doesn't pivot up there, it only pivots here. Try square? All right, let's try square. You take the camera, let's see what happens. We just can't have an angled hole. That wouldn't be right.
It's big enough though.
Tom says we'll make it work. We need to push the fence over, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is what, 6 inches?
About like what we did over there.
Well, let's do her again. Well, we thought we'd have to back up and punt, but we made it work, didn't we?
Yeah, we got a little smarter on that.
Yeah, we got way smarter on the supports. That's perfect. Nice and level at the surface, and the fence is going to end up just shy of half. Customer's happy. We got one more hole to go. One more over on that side of that fence. Hole number 4, last hole. Let's get it done.
1, 2, 3, come on!
Last tube. I don't think we're going to get the full 6 feet. We'll trim her again. Yeah, heck, I'd trim it probably here, honestly. This rib here. You think so? We're going to put a rock base, remember?
Yeah.
So this one?
Yeah.
So that's 2 up from the coupler. Virgin, yeah. So that'll work. 2 up from the coupler. All right, let's get this cut. Two up from the coupler, right? Drop her in the hole and call it good.
Perfect.
All right, well, let's take the auger off, get the bucket on, and get these backfilled around the outside of the circle with gravel. And I think we're to the point where you need a trencher, right?
Right.
All right, let's do it. Next step and the last step of this process is to get rock in the center of these areas that the deer have to hang out in the shade, and also where their feed goes. And if we don't put gravel in here, Tom has found out it gets a little muddy in there, don't it, Tom?
Yes. Oh, they brought the bear all the way to the...
That way you don't have any mud to deal with, and the deer can stay a little cleaner where their feed is too.
Yep.
All right, let's get it in there. Well, all right, as you guys saw on time lapse there, we got gravel in each of the feed houses. The deer are happier now. We got a little bit of gravel left over. Tom's going to use my tractor to spread that out in a few different areas that he wants it. But I'm here to vouch for the Hyundai HT100V. I mean, I didn't dig a bunch with it. I didn't level a bunch with it. I did some back spreading of the gravel when I didn't dump it properly. But as far as what we used it for today, that's a nice little machine, and it has a really good amount of horsepower. I do like the slide up door instead of the swing open door. That allowed me to have the auger up in the air and get out of there a few times to make some adjustments, push on the fence, etc, etc, etc. But I like it. That is a pretty decent machine. Controls were smooth, nothing was jerky. The up and down's a little fast, but you get used to that pretty easily. But that's today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and as always, like, comment, subscribe.